Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game from our 1970 season replay using National Pastime 3 Baseball. It's been a little while since we've done a video on it, although we've been playing fairly regularly lately. Anyway, these are standings from April 26th of 1970. As you can see, the Orioles are in first place in the AL East, 3 games over the Yankees, which are not. And the Twins are tied with the Brewers for first place although the Twins are percentage points ahead in the AL West. The Cubs are 2.5 games ahead of the Cardinals and the Pirates at a 10-3 record in the National League East. And in the National League West, the Dodgers are a game ahead of the Astros and Braves with 11-5 record. And the Dodgers have won 7 games in a row. The Mets, who won the World Series last year, have lost 6 in a row and are sitting in the basement at 3-13. The Brewers in the AL West have won 8 in a row. And the Orioles have won 4 in a row and are 11-5. The Red Sox have lost 4 in a row and are 5-10 in the basement in the AL East. Royals in the basement in the AL West with 3-13. And finally, the Giants are a half game in the basement, just behind the Padres at 7-12. So those are the standings. So today's matchup is a good one. It's going to be between Larry Dierker, who won 16 games in 1970, coming off a 20-win season in 69, and Fergie Jenkins in the 4th of his 6 in a row 20-plus wins in 1970. So these are the matchup between Dierker and Jenkins. Let's check out how they're doing so far this season. Both are pitching well. I can't see it here, but Larry Dierker, or actually you can probably. Larry Dierker is got a record of 2-1 with a 1.57 earned run average, a whip of 1.05, and batting average against him just 206. So this will be his first matchup against the Cubs. And he struck out 20 in 28 2/3 innings, allowing 22 hits. Fergie Jenkins, on the other hand, is 3-0. He's pitched 30 innings, has an ERA of 2.10, a whip of 1.17, batting average against 212, and overall ERA of 2.10. And he has allowed 24 hits in those 30 innings, striking out 26 and giving up 11 walks. So let's check out, before we get started, we will check out the pitching leaders here, just to show you the National League. So here's Larry Dierker right here. And Fergie Jenkins right down here. So let's see here. Strikeout leaders, Jenkins is tied for first with Tom Seaver. And innings leaders, Fergie Jenkins has 30. Loss leaders, no. Save leaders, no, of course not. Whip, they're just off the charts here. Jim McLaughlin actually leads in whip. He just got his first win. And Gary Nolan, so the Reds was a very good starting pitching. And actually, I was saying McLaughlin over here, but I meant to say Dierker, or here. Alright, let's check the other pitching leaders too, see if they're on here. And let's see here. Nope, they're not on here. Shutout leaders. Let's see, Jenkins has got a shutout. And there you go. All right, so without further ado, let's get this game underway. So Fergie Jenkins takes the hill. The lineup for the Chicago Cubs, for the Houston Astros, is going to be Joe Morgan, the second baseman, will lead it off. He comes in hitting .263 with a homer and 9 runs batted in. Next up is Norm Miller, the left fielder. He comes in hitting .345 with 3 homers and 10 runs batted in. Next up is going to be Jimmy Wynn. He's hitting .235 on the season, but with 4 homers and 9 runs batted in. He's also walked 11 times. Batting cleanup is the ex-Yankee Joe Pepitone. He's hitting .310 with 3 homers and 8 runs batted in. Batting fifth, the shortstop Dennis Menke. He's hitting .313 with 7 runs batted in. Batting sixth is going to be, I believe he's a rookie this year. It's going to be John Mayberry. He's hitting an even .300 with 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. Batting seventh is going to be Doug Radar. He's hitting just .210 with 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. He's the third baseman. Batting eighth behind the plate, it's going to be Johnny Edwards. He's hitting .206 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. And on the hill, batting ninth, it's going to be Larry Dierker. He's had 11 plate appearances without a hit. All right, so Fergie Jenkins, as we said, comes in with a 3-0 record, 30 innings pitched, 24 hits allowed, 26 strikeouts, 11 walks, ERA of 2.10, and batting average against .212. So Morgan, .263, the homer, 9 runs batted in, steps into the box. Here's the lineup in the pitch by Jenkins. And that is going to be an error. So an error, and let's get the steals here. And he'll steal the bag. So runner in scoring position already after the error by Kessinger. And Morgan is in scoring position. So chance for the Astros to get on top first here. Norm Miller up now. Miller's hitting .345 on the season with 3 homers, 10 runs batted in. Morgan gets his lead. Jenkins looks at the runner, kicks and delivers. And he will fly out to right field, where Callison will make the catch for out number 1. Morgan tags and goes third without a throw. So 1 down now. So fly ball could put the Astros on top. Jimmy Wynn up there. Wynn hitting just .235, but with 4 homers, 9 runs batted in. And it's going to be a fielder's choice on the ground ball to short. They go home. Does Kessinger, and he atones for his error. And Morgan is thrown out at the plate. Wynn reaches first in the fielder's choice. And he cannot get the jump. So Kessinger makes up for his error by throwing the runner out at home. All right, so that'll bring up Joe Pepitone, hitting .310 with 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. When he gets lead at first, he's being held on, and he strikes him out. So Jenkins gets out of the inning without any damage. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Larry Dierker takes the hill. Dierker, 2-1 record, 29 innings pitched, 22 hits allowed. Could easily be 3-0. 20 strikeouts. Was only walked 8. ERA of 1.57 and batting average against .206. Don Kessinger will lead it off. He comes in hitting .288 with 3 runs batted in. Batting second is Glenn Becker, second baseman. He's hitting .310 with 5 runs batted in. Batting third, the potential MVP so far, early on, is Billy Williams. He's hitting .385 with 6 homers and 21 runs batted in. Batting cleanup is going to be the third baseman, Ron Santo. He's hitting .271 with 5 homers, 12 runs batted in. The right fielder, Johnny Callison, hitting .245 with 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. Batting sixth, Ernie Banks. Now at first base, hitting .380 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. So his power is yet to show up, but he is hitting .452 in his last 10 games. Batting seventh, Jim Hickman in center field, hitting a whopping .392 with 4 homers, 17 runs batted in, so he's off to a fast start. 405 in his last 10 games. Batting eighth, is J.C. Martin. He's hitting .273 with 5 runs batted in. Getting a start today behind the plate. And on the hill, batting ninth, it's going to be Fergie Jenkins. He's doing well so far at the plate. Hey, Miss Mags. Miss Mags coming in to say hi. So he's hitting .273 with 3 hits and 11 at-bats with a double and an RBI. So Dierker on the hill. Kessinger steps into the box. .288, 3 runs batted in. Looks in for the sign. Here's a windup in the pitch. And there's going to be a ground out to short. Menke over to Mayberry for out number 1. Next up, Glenn Beckert, .310 with 5 runs batted in. And that's going to be a base hit. First base hit for the Cubs. He cannot get the jump, so he'll remain at first. He'll be being held on by Mayberry. Billy Williams up to the plate now, .385, 6 homers, 21 runs batted in, 62 plate appearances. And that is going to be a fly out to left. And Miller will make the catch for out number 2. Beckert heads back to the bag at first. Ron Santo up now. Ron Santo hitting .271, 5 homers, 12 runs batted in. And he'll ground out the short to end the inning. So after 1 full, no score. Astros will have Menke, Mayberry, and Radar up against Jenkins. Menke .313, 7 runs batted in. And it's going to be a ground out to short, where Kessinger will make the play for out number 1. John Mayberry up now. Mayberry hitting even .300, 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. And he's going to draw a walk, so see if he gets the jump. So 1-out base runner for the Astros. And I'll bring up Doug Radar, hitting just .210 with 2 homers, 4 runs batted in. Mayberry being held on at first by Banks. Here's the pitch by Jenkins. And he strikes him out, swinging for out number 2. I'm going to bring up Edwards, the catcher. Edwards hitting .206 with homer and 11 runs batted in. As we drop the die. And that's going to be a fly out to center. And Hickman is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So after 1.5, no score. Callison up there now against Dierker. He'll face Callison, Banks, and Hickman. Callison hitting .245, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. And that's going to be a fly out to center for out number 1. Next up, Ernie Banks hitting .380 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. And he will fly out to right. And Pepitone will make the catch for the second out of the inning. Next up, Jim Hickman, .392, 4 homers, 17 runs batted in. He's off to a fast start. But he strikes out this time looking. And that will do it for the Cubs in the second. So after 2 full, no score. So far the pitcher's duel that we anticipated is happening. 2 scoreless innings, just 1 hit between the 2 teams. Larry Dierker up to the plate now. He's looking for his first hit of the season. And he'll take a called strike 3 for out number 1. 3 Ks now for Jenkins. 1 walk. That'll bring up Joe Morgan. Reached on an error and stole second. But was thrown out at home by Kessinger. And he will fly out to left for out number 1. 2. So 2 down now for Norm Miller. Miller flew out to right his first time up. And he will fly out to right to end the inning. So 1, 2, 3 go the Astros in the top of the third. Cubs up to the plate now. It'll be Martin, Jenkins in the top of the order. JC comes in hitting .273 with 5 runs batted in, 27 plate appearances. And that's going to be a strikeout for Dierker, his first. That'll bring up Fergie Jenkins, .273 with an RBI. And he grounds out to third for out number 2. It'll bring up top of the order Kessinger. He grounded out to short his first time up. This time he'll draw the 2-out walk. Cannot get the jump. So 2-out base runner for the Cubs. Brings up Glenn Becker. He singled his first time up. The only hit so far in the game. And he'll pop out to the third baseman to end the inning. So after 3 full, no score. Jimmy Wynn lead it off for the Astros. Still looking for their first hit off Jenkins. Wynn grounded out to short his first time up. And he'll strike out. So 4 Ks now for Jenkins. Joe Pepitone up now. He struck out in his first at-bat. And that's going to be a ground out to short. Nice play by the shortstop, Kessinger, for out number 2. So 2 down now with the bases empty for Menke. Menke grounded out to his counterpart the first time up. And this time he is going to get a base hit. So the first hit off Jenkins is a single by Menke. So each team now with 1 hit. Menke gets his lead off first. Banks holding him on. John Mayberry up to the plate now. He walked in his first at-bat. And he will foul out to the catcher for out number 3. So after 3.5, Astros nothing, Cubs nothing. Billy Williams up to the plate now. Flew out to deep left his first time up. And this time he's going to get a hold of one now, and that is a no-doubter. And Billy Williams puts the Cubs on the board. So Billy Williams with his first home run of the day. And his 7th of the season. So just like that, the Cubs go on top 1-0. Ron Santo up the plate. Grounded out the short his first time up. And he strikes out for out number 1. Next up, Johnny Callison. Callison flew out to center his first time up. And he'll fly out to right this time for out number 2. Ernie Banks flew out to right. And this time he'll ground out the short. So, but the Cubs go on top on the solo home run by Billy Williams and take a 1-0 lead headed into the 5th. Doug Radar up there now. Strikeout victim his first time up. And strikes out again, this time looking. Edwards up there now, number 8 hitter. Edwards flew out to center his first at-bat. And he will ground out too short. That'll bring up the pitcher, Dierker. Dierker, strikeout victim. And he strikes out again. Both times looking. So halfway through, it's 1-0 Cubs. Dierker will face the bottom third of the order, Hickman, Martin, and Jenkins. Hickman struck out in his first at-bat. And this time he'll get a base hit. So a leadoff single for Jim Hickman. And I think Martin is going to be called upon to bunt. And he gets the bunt down. And he's retired 3-4. So Hickman in scoring position now with the one down for Jenkins. Jenkins grounded to short his first at bat. I mean to third in his first at bat. And gets the lead. And he strikes out. So 2 down now. See if Kessinger can add some, give the Cubs an insurance run here. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. And he cannot get it done as he flies out to left. So it remains 1-0 as we head to the 6th. Jenkins looking strong. Top of the order for the Astros, Morgan, Miller, and Wynn. Morgan reached on a stole a base, 0 for 2 officially though. And that's a strikeout. So 7 Ks now for Jenkins. Pitching a gem, ERA down to 1.78. Miller up to the plate now. Miller has flown out twice to right. And this time he will get a hold of one though. It's going to be a deep fly. And that is a home run. So that was definitely a hanger by Jenkins. His only mistake pitch of the day so far. And Miller made him pay for it. It is now a 1-1 game. So that'll bring up Jimmy Wynn. See if he can go back-to-back. He's 0 for 2 so far today. He does have 4 home runs on the season. And he pops out the third for out number 2. That'll bring up Joe Peppertone. Peppertone 0 for 2 so far. And he flies out the center to end the inning. But the Astros tie it up on the home run by Norm Miller, and it's 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. When Beckert singled his first time up, 1 for 2. He'll lead it off for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 6th, now a tie game. Strikes out for out number 1. Billy Williams put the Cubs on top with a solo homer back in the 4th. And this time he'll get a base hit. So a 1-out single. Williams being held on by Mayberry. That'll bring up Ron Santo. Santo's 0 for 2 so far. And he's going to ground out to short. Williams was off on the pitch, so he'll make second. So runner in scoring position now with 2 down. Go ahead run for Johnny Callison. Callison's flown out twice. And Callison's going to get himself a base hit. That will score Williams, and the Cubs will go on back on top, 2-1. So just like that, the Cubs get the lead back. There is action in the Dodger bullpen. I mean, in the Astros bullpen. Johnny Callison up there now. At first with Ernie Banks up to the plate. Hitless so far today. He'll draw the walk, which will push Callison into scoring position. So Jim Hickman with a chance to add to the Cubs' lead. Singled in his last at-bat, 1 for 2. And he'll get a hold of one here. And that one is a no-doubter there. And that's going to be it for Dierker as he surrenders a 3-run bomb to Jim Hickman. And the Cubs open it up a 5-1 lead now. So that is going to be it for Larry Dierker today. So Dierker's day is done. And it's going to be, let's see, Jim Ray coming in, I believe. Yeah, Jim Ray will come in. So Dierker ends up with a 5 2/3 innings pitched, allows 6 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and surrendered 2 bombs, 1 to Williams, and that big one to Hickman. And the Cubs have a 5-1 lead as they've scored 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. So Jim Ray has a B rating with a W and an L. And he's going to face J.C. Martin. Martin 0 for 1 officially does have a sacrifice. And he's going to get a hold of one. Can they go back to back? Possibly. Nope. It'll be high off the wall and it's going to be a double. So Fergie Jenkins up there now. He'll hit for himself. 0 for 2 so far. And Jenkins is going to help his own cause here, it looks like. No, actually doesn't, as Ray makes a nice play of the hot shot back to the box. Throws out Jenkins to end the inning. However, the Cubs explode for 4 runs, capped by the 3-run homer by Jim Hickman. It's now a 5-1 lead. As Jenkins is in cruise control now, he's only let up 1 run on 2 hits. And he'll face Dennis Menke, who's 1 for 2. Flies out for out number 1. John Mayberry up now 0 for 1 with a walk. Also flies out to right, so 2 quick outs in the Astros 7th. Brings up Radar, who struck out twice so far against Jenkins. And he'll make it a 3rd time. Yes, Miss Maggs is saying Jenkins is pitching an awesome game. Alright, Kessinger up there now. Against Ray, who's up for his 2nd inning of work. 0 for 2 so far with a walk. And it's going to be a fly out to left for out number 1. Glenn Beckert up there now, 1 for 3, singled in his first at bat, but it's been quiet ever since. And that's going to be an error by Menke. So both shortstops with an error today. And he will play it safe. All right, that'll bring up Billy Williams. He's 2 for 3 with a homer and a single. Scored 2 runs. Beckert getting his lead out first. And that's going to be a ground out to 3rd as Beckert will advance to 2nd. So that'll bring up Ron Santo with a runner in scoring position. Santo hitless on the day. And he strikes out. So we head to the 8th. Jenkins out there again. He'll face Edwards, the pitcher spot in Morgan. So Edwards up there now. And it's going to be a ball. And he'll ground out for out number 1. So let's see here. So Keith Lampard is going to come in relief. Oops, sorry. I don't want to have Lampard be a pinch hitter. Oh, yes, I do. I'm sorry. Yes, I do. Yep. So Lampard, 2 plate appearances, is 1 for 2. And he will fly out to left for out number 2. Joe Morgan up there now. Morgan 0 for 3. And he'll get his first hit of the day. Single. And he will play it safe. Down by 4. So Norm Miller up there now. Miller responsible for the only run for the Astros, a solo home run back in the 6th, which at the time tied the game 1-1. And he is going to hit into a fielder's choice 4-6 on the putout. And that will do it. Alright, so the Astros need a pitcher now. Alright, it's going to be Don Wilson. So Don Wilson in there now. He's got a C rating. He's a righty. And he'll face Johnny Callison to lead it off. Callison 1 for 3 with runs scored. Oops. Should have been a 3-4. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. Oh, it's going to be an error, though. Callison will reach second on the error. Two base error by the left fielder, Miller. So Ernie Banks up there now. He's over 2 with a walk. And he strikes out. So Jim Hickman, the hero of the day so far. 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer in his last at bat in the 6th. Pitched by Wilson. And it looks like he's going to go yard again. So Jim Hickman with his 2nd home run of the day. It's now a 7-1 Cubs lead. Martin up there now, 5-4. And he will fly out to right. So Fergie Jenkins up there now. 0 for 3 at the plate, but it's pitched masterfully so far. And he'll ground out. So we head to the 9th. Astros last chance, down by 6 now. Jimmy Wynn to lead it off, 0 for 3. And Jimmy Wynn is going to take one deep, and so that'll be off the wall. So play it safe there. That'll bring up Joe Pepitone. Pepitone 0 for 3. 6-6. And that's going to be a 2-run homer. So Fergie Jenkins coughs up a 2-run home run, and it's now a 7-3 game. I'm going to let him try to finish it since he did in real life. And it's going to be out number 1, a ground out. John Mayberry 0 for 2 with a walk. And he will ground out. So Doug Radar, who's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and we're going to lift him. We're not going to let him face Jenkins here. Oops. So who are we going to bring in the pinch hit? We already used the pinch hitter for the Astros. Let's see. We're going to use... I guess we use Cesar Cedeno, I think. Let's see. Yeah, he had 377 plate appearances, so he can come in. So he's a 1 for 2 so far in the season. So Cedeno batting for Radar. Down to the last out are the Astros. And that's going to be a base hit. So Edwards up there now. Edwards 0 for 3. And another base hit. My goodness, things being interesting now. Hold on. Alright, so Jenkins cannot get through the 9th. And it's going to be... Looks like Ted Abernathy is going to come in and try to get the final out here. There's in 1st and 2nd, so the tying run will be on deck. So this will be a save situation because the tying run is on deck. And Don Wilson will be pinch hit for here. And let's see. I think we're going to bring in Bob Watson. Let's see. Yeah, Bob Watson will come on to pinch hit here, representing the, well, not the tying run. The tying run will be on deck with Joe Morgan. So Watson can bring them within run with a big fly here. Watson hitting .353 and 17 at-bats with an RBI. Here's the pitch by Abernathy. He's got a B rating, Y and W modifiers with an H. 4-3, oh, almost a 4-4, 4-3 will be a ground out back to the pitcher. Abernathy over to Banks, and that will do it as the Cubs had a little scare here in the ninth, but are able to hold on and beat the Astros by a score of 7-3. So Fergie Jenkins cannot quite get the complete game, goes 8 2/3 innings, allowing 7 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, but he does go 4-0 with a walk and 8 strikeouts, surrendered 2 home runs. Larry Dierker only lasts 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2 home runs also. Jim Ray, 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and Dan Wilson goes an inning, allowing 2 hits, and 1 hit, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, and a strikeout, 1 home run allowed. So let's save it here. Let's see, 7-3 Astros. Sorry, 7-3 Cubs. And that's the last game of 4/26, so just 4 more days left in the month, and then we will do a recap on our in our series on Delphi forums. And again, if you haven't checked it out, we're on the Delphi forums under the Skeetosoft section, and it's the HGG's 1970 replay, season replay using National Pastime 3 baseball, of course. And so let's save that there. And that will get a save for Abernathy since the tying run was on the on-deck circle. Alright, so definitely player of the game we're going to give to Jim Hickman, who was 3 for 4 with two big blasts. 5 runs batted in, so he hit a 3-run homer in the 6th, and then a 2-run homer in the 8th. So that's it. This is Eric from Higher Ground Gaming. Thanks for checking us out as the Chicago Cubs improve to 11-3 on the season and have a 3-game lead over the Cardinals and the Pirates in the National League East. And the Astros will fall to 11-8, now 1.5 game behind the Dodgers in the National League West. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next National Pastime 3 video. Bye-bye now, and happy Columbus Day. Bye-bye.